Hello and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor, and this song is the anthem of our victory in East Rohan. So we have done everything we possibly could, and we are just ready now to talk to Hytbold and end our time in East Rohan by doing the Witan. I never thought it would come to this, but perhaps we are more lost than I could have imagined. The lords have agreed on a location for the Witan, and they are to have it here. The Witan is an ancient rite, a meeting among the leadership of the plains. Calling it is a privilege granted only to the king. If they are actually having one on their own, they must have lost faith and trust in his leadership. The lords will be here soon, and we will be prepared for them. Today will be an important day in the history of Rohan, though I do not know if it will be remembered for good or for evil. Are you prepared to attend the Witan? Yeah, more than ready. We have earned our place there, so let us go.
Skeptical of the king's state of mind, the lords of the Eastemnet have gathered to decide how to defend their lands.
So here we are in the mid-hall of Hytbold. We gotta look at it last episode, but now we will be spending some extra time in here. What do we have in here? First of all, we have Harding and Radwig. It's kinda curious that we don't have the wife of the Thane of Langhold. God, I'm so bad at names at this point of the story, but anyway. And then from the Norcrops we have Athelward, of course, and Mildred and Elfmar. From the Endwash Vale, Inkbird and Beriathan. And from the Sudcrops, Fastred, Gisil and Gisling, and of course Winsig and it is Athelward's daughter. A lot of familiar faces in here. A meeting of mighty lords and ladies of Rohan. Excuse me for the dog on the table. Not intentional, I promise you that. Just trying to see which is the best angle for this. Pictures, I think these are all good angles, so let us continue.
Thank you for your help.
As Hytbold is your town, upon your permission I will open the Witan, and we shall decide if we will stand up for our people and defend the Eastemnet. Too far away? Okay.
You did very well.
As Reef of the Wold and Aldor of the North March, I, Harding, son of Harda, call this Witan. Our lands are beset, our sons and daughters suffer and die, and our king does nothing. My duty is to my people. I ask we form a council to defend the Eastemnet. Indeed, many are the terrors unleashed upon us. But we cannot forsake Theoden King. Such would be turning our backs upon the mark itself. Words, words. This talk wastes our time. What matter who leads, so long as we slay our foes? Be not hasty, young Fastred. We all wish to protect our lands. Every man here thirsts for orc blood. But say on, Lord Harding, you seek to make this council, but who would lead it? You? Would you name yourself king of the Eastemnet? I might think you would seek that title for yourself, snake. The king has given his bidding. We must obey. We swore oath of loyalty until death. Who's dead? How many more of my folk must bleed before Theoden upholds his own duty? That's Winsick? Yeah, I think it is. I am with Lord Fastred. King or Council, what matter? There are Orc next to Hugh. Aye, the filth must pay for what they have done. We must wait for Eomer. He will take our plea to the king. Yeah, that's not happening. Theoden will hearken to the counsel of his nephew, the 3rd Marshal of the Riddermark, who is now in jail, so no. Once again, that's not an option. Trust Eomer? More fool you. If the king has been swayed, then surely he has too. The only way to save the mark is to ride out at once. Ride and destroy our enemies. The king is overmastered. My own son has seen it. The wretch Wormtongue is to blame. Our best hope is to put the one who has weakened him to the blade. If I march anywhere, it shall be to Edoras for Grima's head. Right on Edoras itself? Is that your grand idea to support the king, Lord Ingbert? Such talk alone is treason. Your head is not so far from the ground that you cannot lose it. We must choose a wiser path, my friends. Then let us stand together here, not in Edoras, and take up arms. The king cannot be saved. Prince Theodoret's death has on 19th past returned. I cannot believe that. If Theoden has truly fallen, then so has Oldemark. Enough of this! You lot are naught but plucking hands. Lot darkens the grass while you bicker. Theoden's bidding is clear. Forsake him and the kingdom will burn. Wow. There is no way we can keep track of all of this. Whatever path we choose, we must be sure in our deeds and we must act together. I am ready to stay as long as I must, until this Witan is all of one mind. Lord Athelward, you speak the truth, as ever. It does not do good to slay every orc this side of the Endwatch, if doing so tears us asunder. My lords, but a moment, if you will. A rider has come bringing news from Cliving. So then, while we wait, let us have a tally to see where things stand. All who wish to follow the counsel of the Eastemnet, speak. Winsick, Fastred, Harding, and Radway. And who would hold with the king and his bidding? Giselle, Mildred, Elfmar, and Ingbert. And Bernoth? Where lie your thoughts? My thoughts are with my kin, my kith, my folk, all slaughtered in Thornhope. My sword, if you wish it, goes to whomever will bid me blood it most. As I feared, we are still much at odds. Perhaps a fresh mind is needed. Beriathan, all here have learned to trust you. What say you? Should we break faith with the king, or... My lord, fear, fire and foes, the Westgate burns! Then the time for words is over. Come, my friends, draw your swords! Something is happening outside. It is time to stand and defend all you have built here. Hytbold is under assault. Are you prepared to stand and defend it? Yeah, it cost a lot to rebuild this town.
The enemy is marching upon Hytbold, intent upon defeating the lords of the Eastemnet and claiming Eastern Rohan as their own.
Would you? I just finished rebuilding these towers. Have you no consideration for your other people's work? Okay, here we go. But once again, this is a screenshot worthy shot. Let us take... Come here, Garlic. I'm getting the picture, buddy. Yeah, one like this and one more up close. Like this. Okay.
I do not believe you will find welcome here.
Are you prepared to join us on the field of battle this day? Athelward, glad am I to see you well and unharmed. What foe threatens us this day? Can't find a good angle. A throng of orcs out of the pits of Isengard. Stand here to raise Hytbold and slay all who have gathered at this Witan. But how come they so far into our lands without us knowing? How you ask, Harding? You addled fool, they came because I let them. Nay, cannot be. So Warden Tonk is not Saruman's only servant in these lands. Of course not. The wizard has given me his orc so that I may deliver the mark to him. And in return he shall make me king of all the Eastemnet. King? Never. All your treachery will earn you is death. Burn it all, tear it to the ground, spare my daughter, but kill the rest. Death! Death take us all for Thorin Hope! Quickly, spread out, defend Hytbold! Beriathan, join me on the north side! With Harding, Gisling, Edgal, and Winsick. Yeah, this is where AoE really comes to shine. What now? Oh, more foes are coming. Oh, so good defeating all these enemies. What now? More? Let them come. Not afraid of them. Okay, another wave of enemies comes our way. Imber calls out for aid on the south flank. Curse you, Athelward, you have forgotten your father. I'm coming. Defend the south flank with Ingrid, Fastbred, Elfmar, and Mildred. Any more orcs coming? Of course, they don't give up that easily. And I would believe at least one more wave is coming this way. Any more? to summon. So what comes? Okay, another one. Another wave. Radwick and Gisel have fallen. Join Edith in defending the center. Alas for the male warrior, dark comes, night shadows deepen. Wretched beast, haste my blade. Father, help me please. Yeah, what were you expecting? Halt! She is my child and she must live. That was Saruman's word. Little fool, Saruman says all must die. Stop, not my girl, not Edith. But do I need to fight this troll or do I need to keep fighting orcs? Athelward has weakened the troll, defeat it. The troll has fallen, Hytbold is safe, though the cost was great. My lords, what tidings bring you? It is on. The orcs are broken. They flee across the plains. Not for long. Our riders will cut them down as they run. None shall return to Isengard. We have won, but at what cost? Beriathan, Radwick, Gisel, Athelward. That coward is hardly a loss. No coward he died for his child's sake. Villain he may be, yet brave was his ending. Perhaps, but were I a minstrel I would waste no breath to think of him. I grieve for the good men who died today. As do we all. High is the price we have paid. Perhaps too high, but victory is ours. Ingbert, tell your riders to let some of the orcs go. What? What for? So that Saruman can hear the tale of this battle and tremble within his tower. He thought to ruin us, instead he has woken us and kindled our wrath. Let the wizard know, let all men know, that Riddermark's courage slumbers no more. Okay, so yeah, we have Harding, Fastred, and Ingbert. Athelward is dead. Radwick is dead. Oh my god, that's a sad loss. Gisel is dead as well. I remembered Gisel dying, but I didn't remember how. And the funny part is, even though Gisel is dead, Gisling will not move out of the Snotcrops, out of Snowbourne into Garsfeld. So that's kind of weird. Beriathan, well, he got the death he desired with vengeance, I guess. Edith is injured. We have Islin and Edgal and Winstig on one side, and Elfmar and Mildred on the other, and Garmund, poor Garmund who tried to confront Athelward. But now the truth has been revealed.
We keep safe these lands.
The battle is over, our enemy is routed and Hytbold is secured. Can we really declare that we won this battle though? Beriathan, Radwick, Gisel, Athelward. We have paid a high price for this victory, perhaps too high. Are you prepared to vacate the field of battle?
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
We have suffered great losses, far beyond what I could have ever imagined from a single battle. However, Athelward and his betrayal was routed out. Perhaps now we will have a chance to unite the Eastemnet. We have 2 new titles. Really cool titles as well, if you ask me. Thane of Hytbold, you have revealed Hytbold and stood in battle next to the Lords of the Eastemnet, and Thane of the Eastemnet. So on my Rohirrim characters, I like to use these titles a lot, but for a Man of Gondor, it doesn't seem right, all that right. So I think I don't consider myself like Thane, owner or whatever of this town. I helped rebuild it because that was the right thing to do, but I hope that you can find a Rohirrim to lead your people, not me. But anyway, this was the very end of the East Rohan storyline. There is one extra thing that we can do
Welcome, my
in Cliving. And the first time I did this, it was kinda surprising. Now, on hindsight, the clues were all over the place. But if you remember what happened when we came to the Norcrofts, Mildred and a lot of people in Elthangels believed Athelward was playing dirty and was responsible for the death of Mildred's husband and son. And for a time you believed that to be the case, but then you come to Cliving and Athelward is a master at fooling you. Or at least the first time I quested through East Rohan, I totally believed him. And so it was kind of surprising seeing him to be the traitor, but it does make sense that East Rohan will have a traitor working alongside Grima. And now, I have some notes in here that I took as I was questing through the Norcrofts. Some of the clues that we got to let us know about Athelward's treachery.
well met, my friend.
Let me reforge all this really quick. So, first of all, of course, everything that happened with Mildred and her family. So, well, we'll get an in-depth explanation in just a moment. But of course, Athelward poisoned Mildred's son with the cut that he inflicted upon him. That's how he died. We also got another clue. You remember when we found Sursnaga on the cave south of here, and he was talking about how he was getting retribution for disobeying Saruman's orders, and he was wondering why he had the order of not attacking Cliving. But it was worded in such a way that it was really hard to realize what he meant. But of course, now we know. And you might also remember that when we met Walnut and we began the investigation of the poison attempt in Cliving, he mentioned he was not very clever, but Athelward had trusted him, and so he was determined to find the one responsible for that. Well, here we have an issue of facing Athelward shouldn't be here. But yeah, those are the clues that I remember getting about this truth. Now we just need to find the quest. There is one more quest, but I'm not sure where to get it. Let me double check here really quick. Starts with Edith in Hytbold. Okay. I didn't see Edith. But it seems we'll need to look better for her. So let's take a ride really quick back to Hytbold. We shouldn't be here just yet.
Welcome and well met, my friend.
Let us do this really quick. So where is it? Where is she supposed to be? Okay. There we go. In the Norcroft district, so it's kinda easy to to miss her. But here she is. Nice seeing you back, Edith, and nice knowing that you are okay.
There is still much to learn.
Beriathan, I have received word from Clive that I must relay to you. Walnut has been notified of the events of the Witan and has requested to speak with you about the outcome of your prior investigation. She requests your presence at the dungeons under the Clive Mead Hall. So that is indeed what we were missing to go back to cliving, and you can of course keep doing aiding the Eastemnet and getting tokens of Hytbold, be it for the armor sets that we can actually get some of for Beriathan, of course. I'm still debating if I should get that or not, or you can also get a lot of housing decorations.
Friend?
And we have plenty of tokens for something. Have about 200 tokens that we can use on either the armor set and some housing decorations. So I'm gonna think about that a little bit, because having the best gear possible would help a lot against some of the enemies, especially in West Rohan. There is a difficulty spike that is really high. So I want to improve our chances of succeeding once we get there. But of course we are not at all ready to go to West Rohan yet. There are still some things that we need to do. Come girly. Now we can go to the dungeons. Voila.
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
A pleasure to see you again, Beriathan. Thank you for heeding my summon. Word has traveled to me of the events transpiring in Hytbold with Athelward. After further investigation, I now have no doubt that it was Athelward who was responsible for the crimes within Cliving. I believe that Athelward used Malbear to acquire the phial of poison. He later used the poison upon his blade to mortally wound Thane Mildred's son in a duel. He likely hid the poison in the pantry, hoping that none would discover it. When the phial was found, he stole Swithorne's dagger and murdered Malbeard in his home, covering his trail. Kelgat and Ondasdal have both confirmed seeing Athelward at the crime scenes, but had not considered him a suspect. All of the pieces fit, Beriathan. We owe Swithorne quite an apology. Speak with him and ask how we may make amends for our improper accusations. So, hi, Swithorne. I'm sorry. I really didn't want to bring you any trouble. And I hope we can make amends after this. Athelward fooled us all.
Our mission is dire.
I am pleased to learn that the truth has been revealed and the culprit has come to justice. Had it only come sooner! Athelward fooled us all, but his legacy will be one of shame. I harbor no grudges for my arrest, but might I make a small request as an amends for my wrongful accusation? I would like Walnut to commission a memorial statue for the men who have perished defending the Norcrops, including my brother. Will you submit this request on my behalf?
What brings you to these lands?
Swithorne has handled things quite reasonably. I suspect he is pleased to know that he will soon be free again. His request is a fair one. I will personally see to assembling the funds for a memorial figure in Cliven. My first task will be to release Swithorne and have Captain Theodmar restore his station among the riders. Thank you for your service to the people of the Norcrops, Beriathan. I don't know why this quest has to award reputation. In order to get this quest, you need to be already kindred with the Norcrops. So yeah, doesn't make that much sense to me, but that was the end of it. As far as I know, that memorial statue that Swithorne mentioned, that will not appear. At least it hasn't yet. If you go looking for it around town, you won't be able to see it. But who knows? Maybe at some point, once again, if we are wrapping things up differently, we might be able to see that statue, or maybe it already is in game and I just missed it. Just let me know. Something that is also really curious and well, kind of funny about this quest is that each one of the possible, well, the suspects that you can incarcerate, each one of them will have a different request. So, for example, if you imprison Eldora, she would ask for the soldier resident at her house to receive the best attention and treatment available so that he can heal, which is a reasonable request, nothing too major. But on the other hand, if we imprison Wickfugol, he would request that Walnut draft a company of evil men and make the reclamation of the crafting lands lost to the Orcs their main task. As you might remember, Wickfugol's family was lost due to Athelward's negligence to attack the Orcs, and now it has been uncovered why he didn't attack them at all. So I think on the bigger scheme of things, a Wickfugol request is the one that will work the better for the people of Rohan, having a new company fighting the Orcs. But once again, I don't think we have seen the outcome of any of those three requests yet. But anyway, this was truly the end of it for Eastern Rohan. So after aiding the Eastemnet and rebuilding Hytbold, attending the Witan, defending the town, and uncovering Athelward's treachery, we have tied up all loose ends in East Rohan, which is something that I also appreciate a lot, because I also remember my first time in here, as I was halfway through Hytbold, rebuilding the town. Something that I thought is, well, East Rohan has been great and all, but what happened to those murder attempts in Cliven? The LOTRO devs dropped the ball because they have not given us a resolution for that. And I didn't know we were about to get that as well. So everything works perfectly here in East Rohan, and I know it's an area that has its up and downs, its lovers and its haters, but I think there are two things that for me are undeniable about East Rohan. One is that it has a very strong start on the east wall and the wall and getting your worsted, and it also has a really strong end if you are able to rebuild Hytbold and witness all of this. So with this, everything has been completed that we could do in East Rohan. Now you might remember that we need to talk to Harwick inside the meat hall and continue the epic. So since it's been a while since last time we advanced the epic, I think I'm gonna leave it in here, and on the next episode we will begin Wildermoor. We will do a little recap of all the things that have passed to bring us to this point, and afterwards we'll continue our journey to the northwest. For the time being, this has been today's episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, my friends, stay safe, take care, good luck to you all, and I will see you later.